Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another toy review on my channel, and today we're looking at one of my favorite action figure 2-packs of the past couple of years, and that is the Green Lantern 2-pack from McFarlane. Now they've had the more recent Kilowog and Kyle Rayner 2-pack, but I wanted to do this one because this is one of my more favorite ones that they've released, and I know it's a bit old, but it's still kind of new. I mean, it came out only a couple years back, and it came with some cool stuff, so I just wanted to go over it. And let's start off with what the first thing it came with was, and I've had this thing for a while, but one of their better figures, I think, is this Hal Jordan Green Lantern. And now, I gotta say, the sculpt on his costume is really nicely done. Like, look at all the little details going in there to really show that this is not something that is from Earth whatsoever. I mean, this is an alien costume, and as you can see here, we got his ring, and sadly these characters did not come with any other extra hands, but they did come with a fair amount of accessories, and I really like this figure. It's probably one of the better Hal Jordan's figures that have been made, and I think it's like their only one. I think they've re-released this guy like just a single figure, but you know, he's cool enough. He's got all the decent articulation. His legs are a little small. Like, they don't seem like the right size for his body at all, but I mean, that's fine. He's Green Lantern, so, you know. That's really tight, too. They got the real tight paint app into the symbol there, but yeah. And it's a really classic Green Lantern, but it still stays modern with all that crazy sculpting detail on there. And let me show you what accessories he came with. He did come with accessories, but no like special hands or anything. But first thing, he came with this little jetpack, and that's still got a lot of detail. And these transparent pieces of plastic work really well for making those Green Lantern constructs. But yeah. And this just goes right on the back. He's got a little hole, and this has got a peg, and then you just stick it on there, and it should stay. And he's got this little jetpack here. If you're having him on display, though, with the stand it came with, which we'll look more on that later, it's probably not going to work that well because you're not really going to see the jetpack, but the jetpack's a cool little touch, and those accessories. I really like the Green Lantern accessories. I've been meaning to get, like, the John Stewart that they made. Is that his name? John Stewart? But he came with like a big green minigun, and I'm like, that sounds really fun, and I wanted to try and find that one, but he's been harder to find in stores. This thing, I think they still sell this 2-pack in stores. I've seen it at like Target and Walmart and stuff. I got mine on clearance, which was nice because, you know, I've been looking for this one for a while, and you know, it was nice for it to go on clearance. But anyway, and he also comes with this big green punching glove with fire all over it. Let me show you that. So it's a big punching glove with fire, and you know, that sounds like something that Hal Jordan would make, you know, using the most powerful weapon in the world. You just make a big punching glove, and this one's a bit weirder to do because it's got this little peg on the inside. You kind of just have to like force it onto his hand. And it stays on there pretty snug, but I always fear of snapping his hand off when I do that. But yeah, and it's pretty fun. I mean, look at that. You got a big hand to just punch people with, and that should come off. Oh, there we go. Fairly easy. Nope, it's not coming off. There we go. Make sure I pull his hand off by doing that. But yeah, punching glove is really fun. I was really glad that they included that. Kind of wish they would have given him some kind of like guns or some kind of hammer. Some kind of other weapon, but you know, the punching glove is fun. And you know, you were mainly probably buying this set just to get this guy, which we'll talk about him later, but it was kind of cool to get this little extra Green Lantern. And that head sculpt with all the painting on it, that's a really nice head sculpt. I mean, like, there's a really, I don't know if you can tell on camera, there's a really tight paint application around his eyes, because his eyes aren't just white, there's like a little black outline around them. That must have been hard to get in, but yeah, the hair sculpt is really nice, his face sculpt is nice, and it would have been cool to get some extra expressions, but you get a lot with this set, and it was like 20 bucks. I think it's 30 bucks, not on sale, at least, maybe 40, so you get a lot with it with just the price that it's at, and you get this nice little flexible piece down here to allow him to crouch down a bit better so you don't have to try and break it. So yeah, that's nice. And then let's look at the second figure, which I think his name is Dawnbreaker. Oh, hold on. So I think his name is Dawnbreaker, and he was like the main reason I wanted this set. But he was designed for the Dark Knight's Death Metal comic, written by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. I think it's either Dark Knight's Death Metal or it's definitely in that same Batman Who Laughs storyline. And they got the sculpt super accurate on this. I mean, like, from all the little cords running up and down his back, all that metallic paint on his armor, everything down to his boots and how those are all sculpted. And he's got a lot of metallic paint on him, but he's got like a nice neon green piece that's kind of transparent here on the front and on his belt. He's got all these crazy cords running around, and his face is just nasty. Look at all that zombie-like sculpting on his face done, because I think he's half dead in the comics. This is like a alternate version of Bruce Wayne that kind of went crazy after losing his parents, but got the powers of Green Lantern, and then kind of lost his mind with all the power he had. And you get one grabbing hand with him, and then a punching hand. As you can see, he's got the ring on. I kind of wish they would put some paint on the ring, but you know, it doesn't matter that much. No one's care about the ring when you get a cool figure like this. And he's got like, it kind of looks like a cyborg kind of belt, but it's really cool. And he's got so much cool sculpting detail, and he's got all that articulation that McFarlane normally does. And he looks really cool when he's floating around like that. And he came with this really dope accessory. So it's these transparent green bats, and like, look, there's 3 like bats, and then it's got like these tentacles with little spikes and like spurs sticking off everywhere, and it's like really well sculpted on that, and it just like fits on his arm, so you can get him to like throw the bat, make it look like he's throwing the bats out of his hand or something, like he just created them. But hold on, let me see if I can get him to stick on there. Yeah, there we go. So you get this really, oh, it just fell. You get these really cool bat accessories, which is just like probably one of my favorite Green Lantern accessories ever. And you know, this one's kind of really only going to work for Green Lantern, Batman. And yeah, you take that, and I think it can just stand up on its own, probably. No, probably not. Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I think I definitely like this one a little bit better than that newer McFarlane Platinum line or whatever it is, Green Lantern Batman they have. Which that one's probably more like a hero. I think this guy's more of a villain in the comics, but they have released a new Green Lantern Batman, which I've been looking for. But you know, this one is still really nice. No cape or anything, but you know, you get the cool bat ears, and the bat symbol is really cool too, with that Green Lantern around the bat. That's just really dope, and I really like this figure. These are probably 2 of my more favorite McFarlane figures, and I really like McFarlane figures. I've been trying to collect more. I'm still looking for that Arkham Asylum Joker, because that's probably one of the better Joker figures I've seen made by them. And you know, Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn. I love Spawn, and I love DC, and they make some good figures. And this is probably one of my favorites that they've made. So yeah, and I'm glad I found him too, because this thing was hard to come by. You'd probably find one at a store if you went, but then they'd probably be sold out mostly. So Green Lantern is a popular character with Todd McFarlane. And now let's go talk about, I'm just going to leave him falling over, the base that they came with. Because usually with these two packs, you'll get 2 characters, usually some kind of accessories, and then you'll get a base for them to stand on. So these guys did come with extra stands, like those black circle stands that they stand on. Those are out in my garage somewhere. But they came with this really nicely sculpted stand. So in case you didn't know whose part of the stand this was, as you can see, it's got some tentacles and some chains. This has got tentacles on it, so that's Dawnbreaker's part of the stand, and there's a little peg right here, and then they stand on that, and that should hold them on, and it's pretty steady, like it'll just stay right there. And then we have Hal's here, which is this big puff of green smoke with a rocket going into the tentacles, which is pretty cool. I haven't read the comic in a while, so I don't know if this is like recreating something from that. And everything on it kind of has like on the bad guy side, has like a black wash over it, which is nice, so it'll get into all the little details, so it's not just like a green piece of plastic. But yeah, it's really nice, and if it's transparent, so if you want to make it look like it's glowing, you put your light underneath it and make it look like it's a glowing piece of hard light construct there, which is really cool. And it's a really nice base, and the characters for the most part stay on it. It's kind of hard and finicky to get them to stay on it. I've had some trouble trying to get them to just stand still on it, And they will, but it's mostly just like you might want to just stick them behind it. It's cool that you get the base along with them, though. I mean, you get these cool rocket parts on it. And it's just one big, like, flat piece, you know. So that's really fun. And I don't know what this little spike is. It looks like it's trying to be a tentacle, but also, like, let me show it. Like a tentacle, because it's got little, like, suckers on there, but also it's kind of just like a big plastic spike. But yeah. And I gotta say, the Green Lantern accessories, even though they are just transparent, like, lumps of plastic, they are some of my favorite just because of how fun they are. Like, really. I've seen some of the Kyle Rayner ones with all, like, the armor and the swords he comes with. Like, those just look so fun, and, like, these are cool. And I wish they would make more. Maybe McFarlane should just release an accessory pack of Green Lantern stuff, because it'd work for their Green Lantern figures. They've had a couple. They've had multiple Kyle Rayners. They have a Hal Jordan. They have I think they have 2 Jon Stewarts and 2 Kilowoggs. One is like glow in the dark. They have multiple glow in the dark, so they could probably release just an accessory pack full of just Green Lantern parts. That would be fun, but I don't know. Maybe McFarlane will see this and go with my idea. But yeah, one of my more favorite 2 packs of figures. And I love the color green, so when you see this thing, it's just a dream come true for me, you know. I mean, obviously, if you're a little kid and you have your favorite color, every time you see your favorite color, you're just like, yeah. But I'm not a little kid. I guess I'm technically a child still. But you know, these are really fun, and if you have a chance to get them, please do. They're just so cool. I'll find an Amazon link and leave them down below, and you guys can go check them out if you want. If I can find it. I don't know if Amazon will still sell these, but it'll probably be worth the money if they're gone on sale or something. And there you can probably see that little paint app. You can see he's got like a black line around his eyeballs there, which is probably hard to get in, but yeah. McFarlane is great with their sculpting and paint apps. Obviously the articulation's the same. You get that cracking. I think mine's arm broke though. Like like this one will click, but then this one kind of just doesn't click, and it kind of just stays limp. And then if I want to put like the punching glove on it, it'll just sag down, which is not really great. But that might be my fault for trying to move it back and forth too much. And these were my first McFarlane figures I ever got, and that's a good way to start off your collection. So if you want to start collecting McFarlane stuff, this would be a good place to start. But yeah, and I really like that classic look. Like, you can definitely tell they were trying to go classic Green Lantern, but then they have all the extra cool sculpting. But yeah, I'm going to set these guys back here. If you want to see more action figure stuff, please do let me know. I'd be happy to make more action figure videos. I have more on my channel you can go check out. Go to my channel page and check those out. I have a playlist where I put a bunch of action figure stuff now, so if you go over to the playlists, I have one full of my action figure videos. So if you want to see all of that, go check that out. Please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It'll help me out. And go check out the Discord, where I will have news about next videos coming up, what games I'm going to play on the channel, news about games, and there's a meme section where you can post memes that I will react to in the future, as long as they're not inappropriate. But yeah, if you want to see more, please let me know. I will totally do more, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.